Man, I lasted like, I don't know, a month or so without making a controversial video. People seem to like to engage with these controversial type of videos, very opinionated type of videos, because that's all they really like to do. People like to be outraged online. And in the gaming industry, people have confused outrage with action. Like, just because you shout at the rooftop on social media, people think that you don't have to back it up with your actions. You absolutely do. The examples I'm going to go over today is prime examples of that. People think just because they say something loud enough on social media, they got like 12 likes on a tweet, that it's going to make an actual impact, and they don't actually have to put their money where their mouth is. I'm sick and tired of it. And so yeah, the examples I'm going to go over today are things that people have gone over in detail. So the first thing is the GTA 6 Ultimate Edition situation. I don't understand why people are so outraged over it when it's been something that's going on in the game industry for like the past 5+ years. Not with like the Ultimate Editions particularly, but like with like really egregious pricing on different editions. This is something that's happened in the last like 5 to 6 years, and it's gotten worse basically since I want to say the $70 change to AAA games, but all of a sudden it's the biggest thing on the internet and people act like they're just now seeing this as an issue. No, it's been going on for a while now, but because of GTA 6, now everyone's got an opinion about it. The other thing we're going to talk about is the PlayStation ending physical disc in 2028. That's another topic where I feel like, I'm going to be honest, like about 90% of the players, or I guess like the people who are talking about this, they have the quote unquote correct opinion, but they do the literal exact opposite of that. So I'm going to be talking about that as well. I'm going to be talking about basically just like AAA gaming prices and microtransactions, and people being outraged about that so consistently, but also engaging with it, I guess, unequally. So like they apply the rules differently depending on if there's something that they actually want to play or something that they want to engage with, but then they'll be stricter on games that they don't care about. And yeah, if you don't want to watch the whole video and you want to get the cliff notes of what I'm about to say, basically I think the outrage and like online engagement, it doesn't actually translate to leverage. Like these companies don't give a shit if you're outraged or if you're going to be so loud and outspoken about how much you hate something. Unless you hit these companies where it actually hurts, which is their bottom line, they do not give a shit. But yeah, first I'm going to talk about the GTA 6 Ultimate Edition situation. Just again, I'm not going to go super into detail. I mean, literally there's like hundreds of videos explaining these situations, but I'm just going to give my opinions and my overall thoughts on it about how people are so outraged about it, but it's not going to actually translate into like a decrease in sales. And the first thing I want to mention is, again, this is not something that's just happened overnight. Gaming companies have been doing this for quite a while now. As a matter of fact, a lot of the early access versions of these like games that is coming out, those editions, once the early access period ends, they keep that same price. So like you're literally paying to play the game on the actual release date for like 30 extra bucks. No one has been outraged about that before. I swear to God, I keep seeing these early access versions of games where the game is like 20 bucks, at least more. And then once that period ends, the game literally costs that same exact amount. The game might have an art book or, I don't know, a cosmetic or something. Definitely not worth $20. That's like a whole expansion for like The Witcher 3. Like, nah, it's not worth that much money. But of course, people just conveniently forget about that because they got to play the game when the game actually was supposed to release, but they paid extra money for it. All of a sudden, it just doesn't mean anything because now that the game's out fully released, people just forget about that edition, and since they already got the game, they don't care about the pricing model. These companies never ever go back and adjust the pricing for these editions. They literally leave it the exact same, and they just have like one or two little add-ons, like a little cosmetic, like some skin or something, or again, like a digital art book or like a digital soundtrack. No one gives a single shit about that stuff. They don't care about that. They only bought that edition because they got to play the game on the actual release date, like 3 days early. But I swear to God, I've never seen a single person I'm not joking. I've never seen a single person online complain about the early access edition of games where you got to pay extra. It's like a $90 edition to play the game on the actual release date. But all of a sudden, when GTA 6 having an Ultimate Edition doing basically the exact same thing, I mean, sorry, they're locking cosmetics behind it. To me, I'm just like, okay, I literally do not give a single shit. I don't want to hear y'all talking about this when you're the same people who be buying these $70 games and then they be releasing $20 skins, and you be buying these $20 skins on a season by season basis, or you be buying their battle passes. Please shut up. right? If you buy a game that's full price and then purchase the battle pass, I don't want to hear a single word out of your mouth talking about this GTA 6 pricing situation, about cosmetics. Please, like, give me a break. And then about the mechanic shop, I heard people saying this is going to be the only way that you can like customize your vehicles in the game. Bruh, it might be one edition. You don't even know what it's going to be. It might be like it was in GTA 5 as well. You go to different auto shops. There's different, tunings or different parts at particular auto shops. If we don't know like the actual specifics of the situation, why are people going out there being so outraged and being so confident, but they're saying it with their chest out like, oh no, this is confirmed, GTA 6 are locking content behind. I mean, I guess that's technically true. You want to call cosmetics content? It's not something that just started yesterday. And yeah, so that's just my thing. Like, if you're gonna complain about it, be consistent across the board, not inconsistent because you really want to like this game and you're hyped for it, but then not consistent for this game because you don't really care about it, so it's something that you can be outraged about. Nah, be consistent across the board. Like, for me, if I don't like something, whether I like the game or whether I don't really care about the game, I'm gonna say something about it if I feel strongly enough about it. If I don't feel strongly enough about it, again, I'm just gonna ignore it. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is the most recent topic, which is the PlayStation ending their physical disc in 2028. Now, I have to say, where was this back then? I don't understand it. Literally, like, it's in the data. They can see that people really don't care for the majority of games about the physical version. So we're not going to just sit here and act like y'all weren't a contributing factor as to why PlayStation decided to end physical game releases. Like, I'm sorry, like, if the data's showing that, like, it's steadily decreasing the amount of players buying physical copies for games, and they feel like it's just not worth the effort, or whatever the reason may be. I honestly don't care. Don't go in the comments, talk about, now, I'm too reason is this and that, and PlayStation are actually doing it for a greedy reason. I don't care, right? Because if it was like a 50-50 split, they wouldn't be doing this. We all know it. So don't, stop lying to yourself and stop trying to lie to me about that. People don't really care about physical disc anymore. They just don't. Again, these are topics that don't make a difference to me one way or the other. If they all of a sudden said, like, tomorrow, oh, I don't know, for some reason we're closing down our digital storefront or something, like just something crazy, and we're going back to mainly physical copies. Okay, cool. I'm going to get physical copies. That's just how I'm going to start buying my games from now on. It's not a big deal. Why are we acting like the world's falling apart because PlayStation ended physical disc when the data's showing them that people don't actually care about it on the large scale? But because Greg from Nebraska is talking about how he only buys physical copies for games, and since the PS4 era, he's only bought physical copies, and he has these massive collections of PS4 and PS5 games, and he's never bought a digital copy of games, and he has like 100 likes on his tweet, 11k views, that all of a sudden is like the majority opinion. No, it's not. The vast majority of people actually like the convenience of digital copies, and they do not care a lick about physical media dying out. I don't know where this hive mind mentality has cropped up from. Like, I really don't. When do people stop having their own opinions about stuff and stop, oh, that has 11k likes, I'm gonna like it, and yeah, I'm gonna promote it, and yeah, be one of the guys, but I do the exact opposite thing. Come on. You're not gonna tell me everyone who's liking all these tweets and sending all these tweets out about, oh my God, cancel PlayStation, is not there literally contributing to the reason why PlayStation made this decision. Come on, let's stop capping. The same way with like Destiny. I think just recently I seen maybe it was a comment from a developer where they said like Destiny 2 was, at least for the last like 5 to 6 years, rarely profitable. If the game was rarely profitable, then that makes sense to me why they would end their service for it. But for some reason, everyone's now Destiny 3, so that you can all be there at launch and then fall off after like a month, and then the game's gonna be hemorrhaging money. PlayStation's looking at that and like, no thanks. We're not going to be funding another $400 million game. PlayStation's making a lot of stupid decisions. I can guarantee you they don't want another Concord on their hands. And I just want to know where all these, we want Destiny 3, give us D3. I just want to know where all you people were for the last 5 to 6 years when Destiny 2 was going downhill. I just want to know. I genuinely want to know. And if you're for some reason have made it this far into the video and you're not smart enough to still understand what I'm talking about, I'm talking about people who think that outrage and like online engagement is like somehow holding leverage over these companies to make changes with their decisions. Keep in mind, I did not say that these companies are making good decisions. I did not say I agree with these companies' decisions. I do not co-sign the actions that they're taking. If I genuinely actually despise something that a company's doing, I literally ignore it. Yeah, my point is, I'm just tired of people talking out of both sides of their mouths. Like, if you don't do something about it, actually do something about it. I've seen a couple people actually do something about it. Some people, oh, I'm selling my PlayStation. I canceled my subscription. I sold my PlayStation, sold all my games. Good for you. You actually taking an actual stand. Man, but I see 2 of y'all out of a sea of 1,000 people talking. It's 1,000 people who are going to still be buying these games with these early access periods and with these premium editions locking cosmetic or little small content behind it. Come on, bro. Give me a break. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got to rant about. That's it for me. I'll see you next time.